So I'll start off. So hi everyone, welcome to the Digit 2.2 release webinar. Today we'll be talking through the highlights of what we have released as functional as well as DevOps enhancements on Digit 2.2. So I am Ajay Rathore. I'm part of the partnerships team here. And today we'll be talking through Digit enhancements, which Jojo will take you through. Gajendra, who's our head of DevOps, will be talking about the platform support and warranty policy. And in terms of the specific modules, we'll be talking about the PGR New UI, as well as the Digit WhatsApp integration. So that's the agenda for the day. Before we get into the actual agenda, I wanted to highlight a couple of things. As you've been part of our journey as a platform to transform urban governance, I think we as a Digit platform have matured a lot and come a long way from where we were before. Special mention to BEL, who has started the process of directly contributing back to the Digit platform. So now we are seeing the ecosystem, which is also contributing back to the product per se. So special mention to them, and it would be love to see other partners contribute back on the platform as well and get to know about the product as well. So I'll give it off to Jojo, who will talk you through the Digit enhancements as part of the 2.2 release. Jojo?
Thanks, Ajay. Afternoon, everyone. For some of you all who are attending for the first time, let me just quickly run through the themes that we said we'll follow for our Digit roadmap for this year. So there are four broad themes that we were looking at. One was partner enablement, which is basically about standardizing support and the enablement processes and extending our best practices to partners. The second was Digit enhancements, where we work on the product backlog, enhance the products at a Digit module level, and also work on improvements in the workflow integration. The third was ease of access, where we're continuously looking at optimizing the user journeys through new inclusive UX. And we've got a new simplified UI. We'll be showing you two exemplars of that in today's demos, right? Along with that, we've added WhatsApp chatbot-led services, which is on PGR and bill payment. Again, you'll be seeing this in today's demos. And the fourth theme that we were looking at, that we were following for the year, are our platform improvements, right? And this is something that Gajendra will talk a lot more about. If you can move on to the next slide. Specifically, over the last quarter, here are the enhancements that we've made to Digit. On property tax, we've made enhancements on mutation, on the workflow integration, open search, and allowing owners to change from multiple to single and single to multiple owners. In water and sewerage, we've got changes to the property workflow config. We've got the option of searching in the public domain and open payments. In OB Pass, there are enhancements in EDCR. In HRMS, we've got enhancements in functionalities for employees and activation and deactivation of employees. In collection, again, you can search for receipts, you can search for receipt cancellations and also mapping its impact. And on PGR, we've got an updated UI, which my colleague Ajit will be running you through now. And on Digit WhatsApp, we've got the integration of PGR on with bill payments. And that's something my colleague Aditya will be running you through. So over to Gajendra now, who will run you through the platform support and warranty policy.
Thanks, Jojo. Hello, everyone. So this is rather a quick update and a specific emphasis on the platform support and also some of the recommendations on the warranty policy. Okay, so now Digit being deployed across multiple states, and many partners are having access to the our public repo. So what are some of the recommendations to ensure that the platform support and the warranty is continued, right? So the detailed the policy and the details are captured specifically in our website under platform warranty policy. I can quickly run through the some of the specific points. Yeah. So let me know if my screen comes up.
It's visible, Gajendra.
Yes. So here, we have captured in detail, like what are our public repos and what you can do with the public repos, and what is the significance, when you want to customize, or like you want to create your own version of it. So in essence, so the public repo, I mean, most of our platform and product, services are part of, the public repo. I mean, it's captured in GitHub and it is all public under MIT license. But, essentially it doesn't, mean that, every partner should actually, fork it, or should create their own copy and build it from there, right? So essentially what it means is, this is for a general community, or for the ecosystem to come and contribute from a generic perspective. So probably you have a feature that could probably be part of a digit, and you want to contribute back to it. So that's when we allow forking the public repo, and that is why it is public as well, and it is open for public. So they fork it and contribute back to the public repos. But wherein for the partners or the states, so wherein you have a specific use case for a state, or from a implementation perspective for a ulb or a state. So what you can rather do, you can always clone our public repo, and you can create your own version of the same service. For example, there is a property service and you want to make some additional changes that are specific to a ulb, or a state. Of course, we have given all the customization and configurations which you can separately do it. But beyond that, if you want to change the logic itself, and you want to rewrite some of the capabilities of the property service, so that is when you can still go ahead and clone the complete repo into your own source code management, and you can start making changes. But the point to be noted here is, so in that case, the digits support and warranty gets void. That means like you will have your own version of the service running, and you can either run both the digit version as well as yours, and you can route based on whichever the use case, or else you can completely shut off the digits version of the service, and you can route it permanently to your own version of it. But in that case, whatever the dependent services on that particular service will also become default for warranty void, right? So this is just an emphasis that we would like to say. We have kind of like noticed that our partners need little more clarity on these areas. So that's why we have put in these details specifically. And if at all you have any customizations and configurations to be done, so we have given the option to do that through the mdms and customization. The Essentially the way it works is, whenever any partner implements it, you will get a template of it, and in that template you will be filling in your specific details, like the logos, localizations, and your employee details and stuff like that. Beyond that, if you need few things, you can still go ahead and create add few more things into your mdms and customization, because you have taken from the template and you can always top it up. So this is about the customization and configuration. And the third thing is, there is another repo, the segment of repo, which is called infra and CI/CD. So partners, when initially start implementing, how to set up a infra, how to set up the CI/CD pipelines. So this is where some of the partners would need help. So we have also extended our internal capabilities. So whatever we use as a tool, or the capabilities to build infra as code or CI/CD as a code, right? So we have also shared it as a public, so that the partner ecosystem can, jumpstart quickly until, you build your own, teams, capabilities, DevOps and stuff like that. So but infra and CI/CD is slightly a different approach. So this doesn't come under, digit support as such, but this is just a, we are just extending some of our capabilities, so that the partner ecosystem can benefit. So whatever we have built, we always build it with the you know with the lens of how partners can leverage it from the internet. So there are a lot of capabilities still available in the internet for you to, go ahead and implement. We have also done it the same way, but we have done it in a full-fledged and as a package. So still, like, you can use them. So for example, like, you need to set up your own Jenkins, and you need to have few plugins, and then you need to set up your, CI/CD pipelines, how you will build the code, how will you deploy it. So here, like, we are also giving that as a, open source for you. You can just follow it, and in few, deployments, you have everything, whatever we do in digit. So you will get all the capabilities just like that, right? So these are available in these repos, train infra ops and CI ops. So you can also take advantage of it. So and few more details are also captured here, which you can, go through from this, article kept in the doc site. With this, I think, I'm done with the updates that are pertaining to the platform warranty and policy. And if you have any questions, so please do share in the chat. Thanks. Over to you,
Thank you,
Ajay.
Gajendran. Thank you for this. So if you have any questions, you can put them up in the Q&A box. And now we have two demos lined up for you. So one will be showcasing PGR New UI, and second will be showcasing the WhatsApp integration. So I'll request Ajit to take it up and walk you through what are the new changes in terms of the PGR New UI. So I think that will be super useful to most of you. So Ajit, you can start off on that.
Thanks, Ajay. Good afternoon, everyone. Ajit here. I'm product manager with e-governments foundation. Today, I will be presenting new UX that we are providing to our users. So just give me a second while I set up. Okay, Ajay, can you see my screen?
Sure, Ajit, you can move to the PGR specific slide. I think we can pick it up from there. Yes.
Yes. Yes. So just give me a second.
Hi, Ajit. It's slow in loading up.
Yes, it's up.
Okay.
So we are providing yes, it's up, Ajay. So we are providing new UX to the all the stakeholders in the ecosystem, and we have made some updates in the user interface also in previous public grievance redressal product. So the key highlights for the UX revamp is we have worked on the call to actions on this user interface. Earlier, how we were capturing the complaint details were in a single card, and it was a bit hard for the citizens, basically the users, to file the complaints. And due to that, the drop-off rates were quite high. So we have experimented, and we have provided a new UX where there are explicit call to actions. There is much more in-app help to guide the citizens regarding the information they need to enter in the form to file a complaint. The new UI is designed with mobile-first approach to provide a uniform user experience across mobile devices. As we understand, like citizens use our public grievance redressal product more on the mobile devices. Now, also we have updated complaint search parameters and filters for the employees to increase their efficiency. Now, who basically assign a complaint, grievance routing officer, someone who is an administrator in the ULP, they can directly sort the complaints using status, locality of the complaint and assign it to the relevant stakeholders. Final thing is more from the technical perspective, that we have simplified the UI framework so that our partners can pick up the product, implement it, or they can ship customizations as required by the states. So the extendability and maintainability of the product has been kept in mind. So without further ado, I will demonstrate the product. So this is the mobile view of the product. This is this is how the product look like on iPhone 6, 7, or 8. Also on other devices, if I change to other devices, it will the look and feel of the product will remain the same. So this is the login page where user can select English or Hindi. Basically the localization service that we provide. Clicking on continue. If the user is new to the mSeva app, they can enter their mobile number and register. Although I have registered and filed complaint multiple times, so I'll move to the login page directly. So clicking on login, I will enter my mobile number. It's an OTP based login. So this generates an OTP to my mobile number to in SMS and also on email. So the OTP that I have received is clicking on continue. Okay, so this is the mobile view that citizen will get, and this is the landing page. Basically, all the citizen services are displayed here. Citizen wants to file a complaint, so clicking on complaints. This is how it will look like. So there are two key actions here: file a complaint and my complaints. Under my complaints, citizen will necessarily track the complaint status for the complaints that he or she has filed in the past. Under file a complaint, user will file a new complaint. So the key components are giving complaint details, like what complaint is about, and second thing is where the what's the location of the complaint. So selecting complaint type, we have added the help text here, as you can see, and then there are complaint categories: garbage, street light, drain. So I will select garbage, click on next. As you can see, the call to actions, there is single call to action on the complete screen. Based on the complaint type, there are subtypes mapped to it. This comes from our MDMS service. So I'll select complaint road needs sweeping, next. Now with complaint location, we have updated one thing. Earlier we were taking map location and users were finding it really hard to pinpoint the location. So we have approached it with capturing the pin code basically. So just a second. Capturing the pin code. Based on the pin code, the city and the locality slash mohalla is mapped. So whatever mohalla or localities are there in that particular pin code, it's mapped here. It's single locality under this pin code. That's why single option is coming. Clicking on next, providing a landmark of the complaint, I'll say behind government school. So that will provide more location specific context to the ULB employees. Now upload complaint photos. User can simply click a photo on the spot, or if they have a photo in their gallery, they can upload it from there. Right now I'm giving demo from my laptop, so I will have to upload from here. So there are a couple of photos that I have downloaded. So this is now, well, once the photo comes up, clicking on next, provide additional details like it's too smelly because of the garbage on the road. The whole neighborhood is stinking. Clicking on next, and the complaint is submitted. So once complaint is submitted, I got a, because I use my number, I got a SMS notification with a link to track the complaint, and notification on my email ID that is associated with this account to track the complaint along with the complaint number and everything. So clicking on go back to home page. Under my complaints, you can see I have filed complaints multiple times. So one is road needs stripping, that is right now here pending for assignment. Status is open. Previous complaints are closed. The status is coming as closed. We will come back to this. Clicking on open complaint, we can see the key feature is complaint timeline. The complaint has been filed and it's pending for assignment. So I will log in from employee side now, just to focus, just to take you through the complaint life cycle. So once the complaint is filed, it goes to grievance routing officer. The role of grievance routing officer is necessarily to assign complaints to the employees who will be actually solving the problems on ground. Then once that is assigned, it goes to the last mile employee, the person who is on the ground to resolve the complaint. Once the complaint is resolved, the status is updated and citizen can rate the complaint or reopen the complaint if they are not satisfied. So I'm logging in from previous routing officer login. So GRO basically, and continue. These are the services that are associated to this particular user complaints. So clicking on complaints, this is the new updated inbox for GRO. All the complaints that are assigned to this particular role will come here. So the changes that we have made is the complaint number checkbox. Now we can search complaints using partial complaint number. There is mobile number search. Major changes are there are filter by assigned to me and assigned to all. The GRO can select it by basically complaint subtype. If I click on that, all the complaints that have complaint subtype as road needs sweeping, that comes up based on locality, status, assignment, pending for assignment. So these are the key changes that we have made right now. So I'll just take it out. So these are the filters and search parameters. Clicking on complaint number, it's a clickable link. So there are complaint details. Grievance routing officer will go through the details, understand, okay, this complaint is in this area and about something that comes under our jurisdiction. So the grievance routing officer will take an action. So there are two actions mainly. One is assigning complaint to someone, or second, if the complaint is something like, okay, you need to construct a road, that cannot be done within 5 days. So then it will be rejecting the complaint outright. So then assign complaint, GRO will select an employee in health and sanitation department named UAT LME, provide some comments like do it ASAP, and then if there is any additional information in terms of documents, they can attach that and then simply assign the complaint. So once the complaint is assigned, I will log out from the GRO login and login as last mile employee. So it's the similar interface for the last mile employee. In the city A, logging in as last mile employee, going to complaints, under assigned to all, there are complaints, road need sweeping. One of the key things, there is SLA, service level agreement, that is mandated by central government and the ULB governments also. Once any complaint is out of SLA, it was not resolved within time, then the color changes and it shows, okay, -2, -3. The status keeps updating. So similar filters are there for the LME to manage their work. If they want to see, okay, what are I just want to see the complaints that are pending at LME. So they will select that, and these are the complaints where the LME has to take action. So the first complaint is the 10559, where LME has to take action. Clicking on that, LME will see the details. Okay, this is the complaint, and okay, this is pending at LME. Now the mobile number of the LME, this is also visible to the citizen side. If I go back here, this is the citizen login, and I click here, then as you can see, complaint timeline, the citizen also can see the mobile number. This is to help the citizens coordinate with the last mile employee to resolve the complaint. Now, LME will basically go onto the ground, basically resolve the complaint, and then basically update the status back into the system. Second thing is, if the complaint is not under his or her jurisdiction, then they can ask for reassigning the complaint. Then it will go back to the GRO. So now, right now, we will move ahead with resolve. Comments is done, and the LME will basically click a picture over there. Okay, this is it. I have cleaned it just for a proof to the GRO, and click on resolve. So once the LME clicks on resolve, again the notification is triggered, okay, to the user that your complaint has been resolved. And if you see here, I will just update, it will update the status as closed. Now clicking on that, once the complaint is resolved, there are two options here, rate and reopen. This remains same as it was in the previous user experience we had provided. So if the user is satisfied, citizen is satisfied, okay, this complaint is resolved perfectly, then they can rate, or if they are not satisfied, they can reopen the complaint. So clicking on rate, rating the complaint, how would you rate your experience with us? They can say, okay, it was 4-star, the service was good, resolution time was pretty much good, quality of work and others, I don't know, and give some comments like uh, nicely done, something like this, and give the rating to the employee. So it will go back to the employee's inbox. So this is where the complaint life cycle ends. There is another role where employee themselves can file a complaint, but it's very much similar to how citizens are doing. So keeping the time interest of time. So I will not go through that. So if there is any question about the new user flow, about how we are improving the efficiency of the employees, I will be taking the questions. Also, Ajay, you can launch the poll.
I will, Ajit. So before that, I think we have one specific question. Uh, so Manish has asked this, that why is the registration page coming first? So I think that was the first screen that you showed. Uh, so I would not have details on this. Let me see if I can pick up Manish from the attendees.
Okay, why registration page is coming first?
Yes. One second. Hey Manish, can you talk? I've given you permission to talk.
Yeah. So hi Ajit, Manish this side. So basically, it's my personal experience. Whenever I am trying to log in as a citizen, so initial page will come as a registration page always. So I have to always click on login, and then I'll go to the login page, and then I can like put my credentials and then can go inside. So if we can do the vice versa, that login will come first and the registration link you can give at the bottom. So I think it would be better.
Absolutely, Manish. So the reason behind the decision is when we launched the app, most of the users that were coming on board were new users. So we wanted that to happen, that they can register directly, and uh, once the adoption rate is quite high, then we will switch it back where login page will come first, and then there will be if the user is not the repeat user, it's new user, then they can move forward with the registration. But input
Yeah.
taken, once uh, we will monitor the data, once that is more prevalent behavior among the users, we'll switch to that.
Okay. Thank you.
Perfect. Thank you, Manish. One second. We have a couple more questions. Uh, one is from Shrikant. You can look them up Ajit as well. So one is map selecting would help to accurately pinpoint location for LME. Should be kept as optional. I think this is again one of the inputs. Any comments on that?
Yeah, so we had the map selection, and most of the users were not able to basically pinpoint the location. That was a constant feedback on our Seva app also. So to solve it from the product perspective, till the time that we solve it from the tech perspective. Of course, we will switch back to the map once we have that capability. But to solve it from the product perspective, we have moved to pin code and then selecting the locality. So
Perfect.
that was the reason behind moving away from the map.
I think we have another one from Akash. So this is city necessary while putting the username and password? Is shouldn't it be mapped with the user itself, which comes as part of the login screen?
Isn't necessary as in like
So even initially we were selecting city A, city B, for example, this being demo data. So his question is, can't you directly map it with the username and password? Is it necessary to select the city from the initial drop down? Why is that the construct?
okay, understood. So yes, so this is basically how the system is designed. The users created on the employee side basically are not created centrally. So is my voice audible, Ajay?
It is. So does that answer your
Yeah.
question, Akash?
So the thing is, yeah, I'll explain.
Sure, Rajat.
Basically, let's consider there are two cities, city A and city B. So the users are created within the city, then the username that is assigned is not unique. It's unique to the city, is not to the city. It's not unique at the state level. So that's why we are capturing. So this is how the system has been designed. But yes, quite useful. And second thing here is to support multi-tenancy, also we need to capture basically one particular user may be taking action in multiple cities, city A, city B. So if they have to take action in city B, eventually they will have to select either after logging in, they will have to select. Uh, that's the case of multi-tenant users where one particular employee is responsible in 3 or 4 ULBs for maybe resolving complaints or collecting tax.
Perfect. So I think that absolutely answers the question. So before we take up more questions, feel free to drop in more questions in the Q&A box. I'm starting a poll. So we just want to know the feedback on the product itself. You've asked really great questions. So please let us know your inputs on the poll. So I've launched a poll. If you could take some moments to answer these couple of questions. I'll keep it open for next 15 seconds. We're still waiting on answers from almost half of the audience. So our idea is anything that we built, we definitely want feedback from our partners on what we're building so that we can enhance our products better and get more functionality into it. So perfect. I'm closing the poll in next 10 seconds. Perfect. So I'm ending the poll and I think I'll share results as well. So hope you're able to see the results as well in terms of what you feel about the product. So while you're looking at this, I think we'll move on to the other section. Let me just quickly check if there are any other questions. Um, Vipin has another question. So as it is pointed out that with time login screen can be changed. So is it configurable? Ajit, you want to take that?
Yes, it is configurable.
Okay, perfect. I think Shrikant has another one. So regarding the pin code, citizen might not always know the pin code of where he has seen the garbage.
1 second, just let me see. Okay.
I think it's the third question from the top.
Okay, if they do not know, citizen does not know the pin code, then they can skip and continue and still file the complaint. So that option is given there.
Okay, perfect. Perfect. I think I'll move on to the other question. If you have any further queries, you can definitely let us know and we can answer those as well. Closing the poll as well. So Aditya, you want to pick up the WhatsApp integration on PGR?
Thanks,
Yeah,
Ajay. Thanks,
thanks,
everyone.
Ajay.
So I think this is going to be a very interesting session from a point of view of what we're doing with WhatsApp as a channel. So Aditya will walk through the use cases.
Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining. WhatsApp is a very popular channel in India. So we know that there are over 400 plus million users in India, and they are increasing at a very high rate, like a CAGR of around 10% every year. And even worldwide, the numbers are quite high. And also the interesting thing to note here is that the age group popularity of this particular app is very good. So the app is very popular among 25 to 55 people of age group. So it makes the WhatsApp as an interesting use case to leverage our digit capabilities using WhatsApp as a channel. And all around the world, WhatsApp Business API has been used as a channel, and the business are leveraging it. So we had actually two releases of this particular WhatsApp as a channel, leveraging digit capabilities. So in the first version, what we had done is we had integrated PGR uh, with WhatsApp. So just now you saw the demo that Ajit had presented. So this whole flow, the whole complaint flow, complaint filing can be done using WhatsApp. And in the second version we have developed here is the citizen will be able to also make a payment and check receipts for all the payments that he has made. Also, we have added a language, choosing the language capability so that multi-language support is provided and user can either choose from a regional language of his interest. Okay, so this is the basic user journey, like how citizen is going to use WhatsApp as a channel. So basically, the first process is onboarding. So for onboarding, the respective ULBs and states are going to do the advertisement. They're going to print boards with particular QR codes, and they're going to provide a number on which the citizen can give a missed call, or he can scan the QR code. Then the WhatsApp responds with a welcome message, and user can proceed from there. He can select the services, and then the flow goes on. So okay, so let me go through the demo of WhatsApp. I'll show you how does that exactly work. I'm switching to my mobile view now. So this is the MSeva chatbot that we are currently using and testing for our internal purposes. So right now the chatbot is of a decision tree based. Basically, there are only two popular type of chatbots. One is decision tree based and other one is NLP based. So for the use case pertaining to where users are provided, where the users is able to leverage a lot of services when he has a lot of options. So this particular design becomes very easy and handy as it guides the user through the respective flow, right? It becomes easier. So when I type mseva, yeah, so this is the welcome message that we have. So right now, because we have added the capability to pay bills through WhatsApp, we can say that we can see that we have introduced this particular welcome message. Now you can also pay your bills along with filing a complaint and tracking its status. Okay, so let me go through this bill payment flow. So we can see that whatever open bills are there linked with my number are automatically fetched here. So I don't have to, go to respective service and, type my consumer number or type my property ID or something like that to search for bills. Whatever number are linked with my, particular phone number, those bills would be displayed here. I can directly use any of these links to make a payment against them. So right in Digit, we have different services that state can enroll. Like we have water and sewerage, property tax, and all those kind of things. So using a web app or using a phone app, basically what user has to do is he has to go to that particular service and then select a parameter, search for his particular bill, and then make a payment. So this becomes a lot easier as we have linked, all of them to his particular number. So let's say when I click on this particular link, it directly takes me to the open payment page. So all of the payment gateways can be integrated, and right now on our testing purpose we have integrated this debit card and credit card as a payment method, but we can have other options as well. So after the citizen has completed the payment, the WhatsApp automatically redirects them back with the PDF receipt and acknowledgement message that you have completed the payment. Here is your receipt attached. You can have a look. So making a payment becomes this easy. So I'm going to go with the PGR flow now. And in that process, I'll also show you the language support. So the fourth option is change language. Right now we have configured English and Hindi. We can have other languages as well. So the WhatsApp is taking my name from the system because like my name associated with that particular number is Aditya. So it takes it from there. So we now have all the options which were there in the English. Like first is Shikayat ke liye, which is complaint flow. If I want to file a complaint, I'll choose the option 1. These are all the popular complaint types. So like, in web app or a mobile app, it can be easier to choose from a list of complaints because we can easily scroll, we can, see all the options very easily. But in WhatsApp, what we want to do is we want to minimize, the content that we are sending to the user. So, these complaint types are decided on the frequency of what has been done, in the previous few months. Okay, so these are the most filed complaint types. So we are going to show the list. If a user wants to choose another one, he can like select option 7 and choose the other complaints. Okay, so in the PGR flow, which Ajit was showcasing. So we talked about features. We talked about a few things like which can be complicated when a user is filing a complaint from a web app. But those things, it actually becomes very easy when you're using WhatsApp as a channel, because now I can exactly do that, which some of the audience were also talking about, like pinpointing the location, because it's very easy to share a location using WhatsApp. So the system is asking me and assisting me in, okay, how to share your current location, and then so that he can actually fetch my location from that easily. So in our system, in our master data, we have configured few cities and localities from Jalandhar and few other cities. So I'm going to select some location from there, and let's see how the system responds. So what the system is going to do is it's going to actually fetch my locality and city from there. So when I send this location, yeah, it actually cross checks it with the master data present in the system, and it asks for a confirmation. Okay, is this your city? Is this your locality? If you want to confirm, then you don't have to select those city and locality from a list, basically. And even clicking the photo from a WhatsApp is very easy, because I can just directly click on this photo button, and I can send a picture. So complaint is filed very easily. So on these similar lines, we also have this particular feature of fetching receipts from there. If I want to view my payment receipts, I'll select option 3. And now, I can choose from a list of services. And again, the same, this functionality where it fetches my all consumer numbers linked to my mobile. So, okay, so the system is saying you have around 6 consumer numbers linked to your mobile, for which consumer number you want to fetch your receipt. Yeah. So last 2 payment details are there. I can click on the link, which will basically download the receipt in a PDF form. So, there's another fallback options everywhere. So where if I want to search for someone else's bill, or I want to pay a bill for some other number, or I want to check receipts for some other number, that payments that I have made, I can always select, this, you can see the bottom message. I can send one to search and view payment receipts for other payments. So what does it basically do is it then, asks for this particular search criteria. I can use, find a particular receipt using mobile number, connection number, consumer number, so like that. Yeah, so basically, this is about the WhatsApp capability, which we are, leveraging, the digit capability that we are leveraging to WhatsApp. So right now, we can file a complaint. We can also pay bills. We can change language. We can also search for receipts. Yeah, so that's all. If you have any questions, you can ask me now.
I think Manish has a question. So you mentioned 2 types of WhatsApp integrations. One is NLP and the decision tree. He's asking about the differences. You can touch a little on it.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, so Manish, in NLP based, basically, it's like a free flow conversation type thing. So let's say if you try this particular KFC chatbot, so it welcomes you with a message and then asks you, okay, what do you want to have today? So if you type, random, okay, I want to have this burger and these many crushers, then okay, so which type of burger? So it takes, it's basically a freely form of conversation, like you are actually conversing with a human being, right? But in decision tree based, basically the system will guide you through a couple of options, and then from that option it will guide you to some other basically features that system can provide. So right now, in our system, you have too many features. You can, if you want to file a complaint, you have 10 options. If you like, with every complaint there is a subtype. If you want to make a payment, you actually can make a payment for yourself. You want to make a payment for someone else. So if we want to use NLP here, then we'll have to actually have a very large amount of training data, this natural for that particular thing to work. So eventually, every system wants to move towards NLP, but then it's going to take some time.
I think we have another question. So it talks about, is the image phone model dependent? Is this image on the phone model dependent? Can you pick that up?
No, I think that is a static image for now. But I don't think that should make much difference, because we can always click and zoom on the picture.
Got it. Perfect. I think this should be it from our end. We'd love to hear. I think there is another one from Akash. In the background, we've mapped all the households in our database. Can you see that, Ashish?
Yeah, yes, Akash. So basically, this WhatsApp is actually leveraging all the data from Digit. So it's like WhatsApp cannot, work independently. So basically, Digit has to be in place. So all the services and accounts that are there, which are linked to a particular number, and whatever services that are there in Digit, like payment services and billing services, using that we are fetching all those information and making payments or searching for receipts. So it's Digit dependent. So it's like an extra channel, along with web app or your phone app. You can use WhatsApp as well.
So I'm launching another poll. So this is to get feedback from you, to understand if the information presented to you was useful and this is something that you can relate to on a day-to-day basis. And second is purely understanding if you found the information useful, we will be sending out the webinar uh, YouTube video link, which is something you can definitely share it with your colleagues. I think what we've showcased today in terms of PGR New UI as well as WhatsApp integration is very powerful, purely in terms of the citizen impact, which is the core mission that we adhere to. So I would love to hear from you as well if there are any specific feedbacks. I think we've gotten responses from most of you. And another thing that I'm going to do is I'm putting out the email on the chat window. Just give me 1 second. So if you have any specific feedback for us, you can send out an email ID. So you can send out an email directly to this email ID. So any inputs on the webinar, anything that we can do to improve our products, as well as the session that you want to be showcased, you can directly write to this email. And that would be super helpful because the way, as you understand, we work is our job is to enable the ecosystem and work with our partners. So it would be really helpful to get inputs from you on the Digit platform. And I'll be ending the poll and sharing the results. Not beating my own drum, but this is really useful to hear that the information presented was useful to you. So give us, I think, another day. It'll take a few hours for the video to be processed. And this is something I will definitely share out with all the participants. And if someone is working on WhatsApp, PGR, as well PGR in general, I think this will be really useful to them. So you can definitely share it internally as well. So I would end it here. I think we are on time. So thanks for being here. It was a pleasure taking you through the new enhancements on Digit 2.2, and we'll connect again on Digit 2.3. Thank you everyone for being here. Have a great day and great rest of the week. Take care. Bye-bye.